ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యా రంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి జేఈఈ అయినా నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.
Good morning to all. In this session, I will give the information related to another important periodic property, that is electron affinity. Electron affinity. This electron affinity is also represented as electron gain enthalpy. In terms of enthalpy, it is also represented as electron gain enthalpy. But commonly, electron affinity is represented by the letter EA. What about the important features of electron affinity? That is, electron affinity is a property of an individual isolated gaseous atom. Isolated individual gaseous atom, not in molecule. Why we are particularly mentioned the individual atom here? The tendency of attracting electron by a bonded atom in a molecule is referred as electronegativity. That is the tendency of a bonded atom. But here this is the tendency of an isolated individual atom. Isolated individual atom. Okay. But how can we define electron affinity? Electron affinity may be defined as the amount of energy liberated or released when an electron is added to neutral gaseous atom in its ground state. Electron affinity may be defined as the amount of energy liberated or released when an electron is added to neutral gaseous atom in its ground state. Right. It is generally represented by the letter EA. And there is an important note. You have already familiar. Ionization potential is an endothermic process. Delta H is positive. And here electron affinity is an exothermic process. Means what? The amount of energy liberated, not required. The amount of energy liberated. As a result of that, the electron gain enthalpy delta H is negative. Delta H is negative. Right. But how can you represent the electron affinity in a simple way? That is, let us consider an atom A that is in the gaseous state, and plus 1 electron gives rise A minus gaseous plus energy. That is represented by the letter E1. That is represented by the letter E1. Here A is equal to neutral gaseous atom, E minus is the electron, A minus is the uni-negative ion. Uni-negative ion. What is the meaning of the uni-negative ion? The anion with the charge -1. And E1 is the electron affinity. And here this is an exothermic process and delta H is equal to negative. And this is also known as first electron affinity. First electron affinity, EA1. First electron affinity, EA1. Look at the equation. This is the neutral atom. I am adding an electron to this. Then the neutral atom getting converted into anion, and same time some amount of energy is released or liberated. This is known as electron affinity. This is known as electron affinity. Here the process is exothermic. Delta H is negative. So the amount of energy liberated or released when an electron is added to isolated neutral gaseous atom in its ground state is known as electron affinity. and here this is known as first electron affinity. First electron affinity. And now we have to give another important statement. In most of the cases in the periodic table, the first electron affinity values are exothermic, means delta H is negative. In very few cases only the electron affinity is equal to 0 or in some cases positive, very less in number. But here there is a peculiar statement is there. The first electron affinity for the most of the elements is exothermic, but the second electron affinity of the most of the elements is endothermic, delta H is positive. Look at here. A minus uninegative ion plus one more electron gives rise A2 minus E2. Here plus, so exothermic. Here minus means endothermic. Here A minus is the uninegative ion. This is electron. A2 minus dinegative ion. And E2 is equal to second electron affinity. Second electron affinity, that is endothermic. Delta H is equal to positive. Delta H is equal to positive. This is related to the second electron affinity. This is related to the first electron affinity. Right? Next one. What about the methods that are used to measure electron affinities? Best example, indirect method, that is Born-Haber cycle. Born-Haber cycle. What about the expression? Minus Q is equal to S plus D by 2 plus IP minus electron affinity minus lattice energy. This is the expression used to calculate electron affinity by using Born-Haber cycle. By using Born-Haber cycle. And here the units of electron affinity are electron volt per atom, kilojoule per mole, kilocalories per mole, kilojoule per mole, kilocalories per mole, and electron volt per atom. The method used to calculate the Born-Haber cycle are the method used to calculate electron affinities are Born-Haber cycle, and this is the expression used to calculate electron affinities, and this is about the units, right? What about the factors that are affecting electron affinity? First one, atomic radius. Second one, effective nuclear charge. Third one, electronic configuration. How the atomic radius influences the electron affinity? Here, atomic radius directly proportional to 1 by electron affinity, or electron affinity is inversely proportional to atomic radius, means with increase of atomic radius electron affinity decreases. Second case, effective nuclear charge directly proportional to electron affinity. With increase of effective nuclear charge electron affinity also increases. But what about the electronic configuration? Based on the electronic configuration, we can predict the electron affinities of the given elements. That is, according to Hund's rule, half-filled or completely filled orbitals are stable. Means what? The elements with half-filled or completely filled orbitals are stable. So, stable atoms or elements are having low electron affinity values or with positive electron affinity values. Positive electron affinity values. And next one, unstable means atoms with incompletely filled orbitals are having high electron affinity values. Based on this, we can give some statements. What are they? First one, example. The electron affinity or electronegativity of noble gases is equal to 0 because they have stable electronic configuration, means octet configuration, means they are exceptionally stable. They have no need to accept electrons and try to become stable. There is no need of that. So, they have less tendency to attract the electrons. As a result of that, their electron affinities as well as electronegativities both for the noble gases is equal to 0. As a result of that only, they are particularly represented as 0 group elements. And next one, here second A group elements with a general electronic configuration NS2, s orbital is completely filled, and fifth A group elements general electronic configuration NS2 NP3, half filled outermost p orbital. Here in periodic table, particularly in p block elements, second A group elements and fifth A group elements are having low electron affinity values as well as with positive electron affinity values. Means they have less tendency to accept electrons, As a result of that, their electron affinity values are not given in the negative values. Their electron affinity values, first electron affinity values are given with the positive values. In some cases, for noble gases that is equal to 0, NS2 NP6 0. Here NS2 completely filled, NS2 NP3 p orbital is half filled. As a result of that, their relative stabilities, they have less tendency to accept electrons, to attract electrons. This is about the factors that are affecting the electron affinities. Okay, but here there is a concept or statement to discuss. What is that? For the most of the elements, the second electron affinity is positive. That means delta H is positive for the most of the elements. And same time, for the most of the elements, first electron affinity is endothermic and the second electron affinity is exothermic. That means, for the most of the elements, the first electron affinity is exothermic and the second electron affinity is endothermic. Why? What is the reason for that? And can you give example for this? Definitely. What is that? Here, oxygen neutral atom plus electron gives rise O minus plus E(A)1. Here the energy is represented with the positive value, so this is exothermic. But in the second case, O minus gaseous ion plus electron gives rise O2 minus gaseous minus E(A)2. This is endothermic. What is the reason for that? How could you explain? The first electron affinity of oxygen is exothermic and the second electron affinity of same oxygen is endothermic. How can you explain? Very simple. In the first case, when the neutral oxygen atom gaining electron resulting in the formation of a uni-negative anion. Look at here. Number of electrons 8. Number of protons is 8. Total nuclear charge is equal to charge of electron. Okay. Now in this situation I am adding electron. Then automatically the neutral atom changes to negative ion. Then number of electrons 9. Number of protons equal to 8. What is the meaning of that? The charge of electrons is greater than that of nuclear charge. Means the negative charge is greater than that of the positive charge of the nucleus. As a result of that, the nuclear attraction for each electron is slightly decreases, slightly distributed. As a result of that, the size of anion increases. That causes to decrease of effective nuclear charge. Simply by gaining one electron, oxygen atom become anion and it causes to decrease of effective nuclear charge and increase of ionic radius. Effective nuclear charge decreases, ionic radius increases, okay. And same time the number of electrons or the negative charge around the nucleus increases. And here some amount of energy is liberated. Then the first electron affinity is exothermic. But what happened in the second case? This is the oxygen atom. Here in this case 1s2, 2s2, this one. And here 9 electrons are present. 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 5, 9. And here the electronic configuration of O minus is 1s2, 2s2, 2p, 5. 2 electrons present in the first orbit and 5 plus 2, 7 electrons present in the second orbit. And here this is the anion. Now I am adding one more electron to the uni-negative anion. And here there will be a repulsion between the inner electrons and newly added electron. Here electrons are negatively charged. The charge of the added electron is also negative. Here the effective nuclear charge is less. And the charge of the nucleus is less than that of charge of electrons. Means negative charge around the nucleus is more, density is more. As a result of that, the nuclear, that means as a result of that, here the newly added electron experiences more repulsion from the inner electrons. In order to remove that repulsion, most of the electron affinity is getting utilized. Means what? Here also energy is liberated undoubtedly, but that is consumed by the anion itself. Means whatever the energy liberated, that is absorbed by the same anion. Why? In order to remove the repulsion between the inner electrons and newly added electron. To remove that repulsion, the amount of energy is getting utilized. As a result of that, anion requires some additional amount of energy from outside. Therefore, here the second electron affinity is endothermic. Okay, here number of electrons 9, protons 8. When an electron is added, number of electrons 10, protons 8. Compared to O minus ion, in O2 minus ion, the effective nuclear charge enormously, or effective nuclear charge decreases. Effective nuclear charge decreases means atomic radius increases, therefore electron affinity decreases. As a result of this is the concept that related to the statement. For the most of the elements, first electron affinity is exothermic and second electron affinity is endothermic. Or here the first electron affinity of oxygen is negative, but the second electron affinity is positive, endothermic. Why? This is the explanation. What is that? When an electron is added to neutral gaseous oxygen atom, it is converted into uni-negative anion. In that ion, the number of protons is less than that of number of electrons. Means effective nuclear charge decreases. Ionic radius increases. It causes to decrease of electron affinity. It causes to decrease of electron affinity. Decreases means here energy liberated. Second one, for the same uni-negative ion, I am adding one more electron. Then there will be a repulsion between the inner electrons of uni-negative ion and newly added electron. In order to remove that repulsion, most of the electron affinity, which electron affinity? Second electron affinity is getting utilized. As a result of that, here the anion absorbs some amount of energy from the atmosphere. Therefore, second electron affinity is endothermic. This is about the statement, right? Next one. What about the periodicity of electron affinity? Here the first one, period. In a period, as we move from left to right, atomic radius decreases, effective nuclear charge increases, of course. But there is no regular trend in the electron affinity. Why? What is the reason for that? Due to appearance of the stable electronic configurations in some cases, like second A group elements and fifth A group elements and noble gases. And here the order of the electron affinity in the period: lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. Here in case of second A group elements and fifth A group elements, here the electronic configuration NS2. Here the electronic configuration NS2 NP3. Here the electronic configuration NS2 NP6. Atomic radius decreases up to fluorine undoubtedly. Then electron affinity should be continuously increased, but that is not observed here. Here the order of electron affinity is not regular. This is irregular order of electron affinities in the periods. And next one, groups. In a group, as we move from top to bottom, with increase of atomic radius, effective nuclear charge decreases and electron affinity also decreases. And here, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine. What is the statement given by me here? As we move from top to bottom, atomic radius increases, effective nuclear charge decreases, therefore electron affinity should be decreased. Isn't it? But that is not observed here. This is the second period element, this is the third period element, and this is fourth period, fifth period and sixth period. Okay. By observing the electron affinity values in the groups, the electron affinity is not in the order given as the statement. Here, the electron affinity of the second period is greater than that of first period. Look at here. The first electron affinity of third period elements greater than that of the first electron affinity of second period elements. But actually what is the statement given? From top to bottom the electron affinity should be decreased. Means here the expected order is F greater than, Cl greater than, Br greater than, I greater than, etc. This is the expected. This is the expected. What about the actual order? Here the actual order is fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, or chlorine, fluorine, bromine, iodine. Very important for objective. Same thing is observed in case of 60A group elements also. 60A, oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium and polonium. According to the statement, what is the expected order? Here expected order oxygen greater than, sulfur greater than, selenium greater than, tellurium. This is expected, but this is wrong. What about the actual order of the 60A group elements? Sulfur, selenium, tellurium and oxygen. Okay, the same thing is also given as oxygen, sulfur, selenium and tellurium, whatever it may be same. But in order to make you confused in the objective examination, this order is given as one of the option, either A, B, C or D. This is about the periodicity. Okay. Now, there is a statement just like given in the previous information. What is that? The first electron affinity of oxygen is exothermic and the second electron affinity of oxygen is endothermic. Why? In the same way, once again I am giving the statement that we have to explain. What is that? The first electron affinity of chlorine is greater than that of the first electron affinity of fluorine. Why? Or the first electron affinity of sulfur is greater than that of the first electron affinity of oxygen. Why? Or the first electron affinity of third period elements is greater than that of the first electron affinity of second period elements. This is the disorder, this is the deviation observed in the groups related to electron affinity. What is the reason for that? You can give any one of the three statements to discuss. Here I am taking the first one. What is that? The first electron affinity of chlorine is greater than that of the first electron affinity of fluorine. Here this is minus 343 kilojoule per mole and this is minus 333 kilojoule per mole. I have given the order of the electron affinity of halogens also. What is that? Chlorine greater than fluorine greater than bromine greater than iodine. Okay, what is the reason for that? Very simple reason. We can discuss this concept in two different angles. First, we have to consider the fluorine point of view. Look at here. Fluorine atomic number is equal to 9 and the electronic configuration is equal to 1s2, 2s2, 2p5. You are already familiar with the atomic radius also. Atomic radius of fluorine is equal to 0.72 angstrom unit. Did you remember? 0.72 angstrom unit. This is the electronic configuration. Means what? Fluorine has a small atomic radius. 2s2 2p5. 2p5. 2 electrons present in the first orbit and 7 electrons present in the second orbit, valence shell. Due to small atomic radius of fluorine, here it has high electron density. Electron density is high. Therefore, the newly added electron experienced more repulsion. Due to high electron density in the fluorine atom, what is the reason for the high electron density? Atomic radius is smaller. In the smaller fluorine atom, 9 electrons are present. More number of electrons are present. Means what? Electron density is high. As a result of that, the newly added electron experienced greater repulsion. Greater repulsion. In order to remove that repulsion, most of electron affinity is getting utilized. Therefore, electron affinity of fluorine is low. That is minus 333 kilojoules. Next, chlorine point of view. Chlorine atomic number 17 and the electronic configuration neon 3s2 3p5 means fluorine first orbit, second orbit and third orbit. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. Here what is the atomic radius of chlorine? 0.99 angstrom units. Did you remember? 0.99 angstrom unit means it has a larger atomic radius compared to fluorine. Due to large atomic radius, here the electron density in chlorine atom is low. Therefore, the newly added electron experienced less repulsion. Here the repulsion is less. Here the repulsion is less. So, small amount of energy is getting utilized. Small amount of electron affinity is getting utilized. Small amount of electron affinity is getting utilized. Here most of the electron affinity is getting utilized. Here small amount of electron affinity is getting utilized. Therefore, electron affinity, first electron affinity of chlorine is high, that is equal to minus 343 kilojoules. Did you understand this concept? Look at here. Suppose there are two persons. One is fluorine and another one is chlorine. Right? Actually, fluorine earns 100 rupees per day and chlorine earns only 80 rupees per day. Undoubtedly, the statement is correct. As we move from top to bottom, with increase of atomic radius, electron affinity decreases. Undoubtedly, this is the example. Fluorine, chlorine. Fluorine earns 100 rupees per day, chlorine earns 80 rupees per day. Actual electron affinity is more for fluorine, undoubtedly, but here expenditure of fluorine per day is 80 rupees. 80 rupees. Then what about the net amount left at fluorine? Only 20 rupees. But in case of chlorine, he spends only 20 rupees per day. What about the amount left at chlorine? 60 rupees. Based on the net amount left at individual persons, here this statement is given. Here chlorine spends less money as expenditure per day when compared with the fluorine. Fluorine expends more money per day, 80 rupees he expends, and chlorine expends only 20 rupees. Therefore, even though the first electron affinity is less for chlorine, the amount of energy left finally is 60, but here 20. As a result of that, the statement given, the first electron affinity of chlorine is greater than that of the first electron affinity of fluorine. The first electron affinity of sulfur is greater than that of first electron affinity of oxygen. The first electron affinity of third period elements is greater than that of second electron affinity of second period elements. Why? Due to smaller atomic radius, of here the second period elements, the repulsion between the inner electrons and newly added electron is more, then most of the electron affinity is getting utilized. Therefore, net electron affinity is low for second period elements and high for third period elements. Now, here the statement is given in the textbooks is wrong. But how we have to give the statements? This is correct. What is that? The net electron affinity of chlorine is greater than that of the net electron affinity of fluorine. The net electron affinity of sulfur is greater than that of the net electron affinity of oxygen. The net electron affinity of third period elements is greater than that of the net electron affinity of second period elements. That is correct statement. Electron affinity of second period elements undoubtedly greater than that of third period elements, but due to the variation of the repulsion between the inner electrons and newly added electron, the net electron affinities are varied. This is about the concept. And here finally, we have to give some important statements related to the objective point of view. Element with high electron affinity in periodic table is chlorine. Non-metal with high electron affinity in the periodic table is also chlorine. And elements with high electron affinities in the periodic table are 7th A group elements. Elements with 0 electron affinity in the periodic table, noble gases. And elements with low electron affinities in the periodic table are here second A group elements. They may be with positive or with 0 electron affinities. And metal with high electron affinity value is gold, Ra. Element with high electron affinity in the periodic table, chlorine. Non-metal with high electron affinity in the periodic table, chlorine. Metal with high electron affinity in the periodic table, Rm. Elements with high electron affinity in the periodic table, 7th A group elements. And elements with 0 electron affinities in the periodic table, noble gases. Elements with lowest electron affinities in the periodic table are second A group elements. These are the statements that are related to electron affinity. And we have already discussed about the periodicity. And we have already discussed about the factors that are affecting the electron affinity. What are they? Atomic radius, effective nuclear charge and electronic configuration. And this is about the concept of electron affinity.